Hey up, it's Steve from the Old Yorkshire Geek, and welcome to episode 156 of Friday Night Appointment with Fear. And this week we're going to break down and review the Chernobyl Diaries, or is it just Chernobyl, just Chernobyl Diaries. Kind of a misnomer, but never mind. An okay flick, so we're going to break down and talk about that. But before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe, share the video, drop a comment, hit the notification bell. On YouTube, if you're subscribed already. We're live on YouTube, yes we are. We're live on Rumble, yes we are. And we're live somewhere else as well that is kind of a test. I'm on my Facebook feed, not my page, not my TOYG page, because I haven't got enough followers on my TOYG, That Old Yorkshire Geek Facebook page to stream live on it, because you need 100 and I haven't got 100, so go and subscribe to my Facebook page. The link is in the description, as are links for stuff like merch and me books. There they are, Amazon Kindle and paperback. Give them a whirl. What else? My other websites and my other channels, etc. Become a member on YouTube where you get early access videos and exclusive videos and stuff like that. Right, so let's get on with this film, shall we? We'll not get on with it, we'll talk about it first. Chernobyl Diaries. I think in some places it's just called Chernobyl, but that might confuse you with the TV show, which is infinitely superior to this film, by the way, but I do like this film. Came out in 2012, written and produced, or co-written and produced by Oren Peli, who brought us Paranormal Activity. And I suspect his plan, because I think he came up with the idea for it, story was by Oren Peli, that it was going to be another found footage film, because it is very found footagey in places, but it's not a found footage film. But anyway, directed by Brad Parker, who apparently is a visual effects chap. What else? Stars loads of people you've never heard of, apart from Olivia Taylor-Dudley. I've seen her in something else, and I meant to look her up, and I forgot, and I don't know what else I've seen her in. She's got a very familiar face. Let me have a look. But apparently, the most famous thing she did, she played Anna Nicole Smith in a documentary about her. I can only imagine why. Oh, she was in Paranormal Activity, The Ghost Dimension. That's where I've seen her. There we go. I knew she had a familiar face. I knew I'd seen her in something else. Apparently, my Facebook thing is having trouble. So let's have a look. Let's have a look and see what's going on. Just let me check. Because we're live, so there's bound to be issues, isn't there? Let's have a look, see if we're still going on Facebook. If not, never mind. Never mind. Am I going? No, I think it's ended. They've ended it on Facebook for some reason. I don't know why. I won't bother with Facebook again. Sod it. So we're not on Facebook anymore, right? Bugger Facebook. I should have just stuck with Twitch, shouldn't I? Anyway, we'll see. It might start up again. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'll just get rid of it. Yeah, remove. Sod it. And delete on Facebook. There we go. Oh, it won't let me. Never mind. Bear with me. There, gone. Right, hopefully we're still going on YouTube and Rumble. Yes, we are. But no Twitch tonight. Because, I thought I'd try something with Facebook, but it didn't want to know, did it? Anyway, where were we? Chernobyl Diaries. Had a budget of $1 million. What the bloody hell? Was that the cat? Yes, it was. That door just opened next to me. Oh, princess. Bloody cat opening doors. Budget of $1 million, box office of $37 million, so it did pretty well, in a return on investment thing. But anyway, but we never got a sequel. I don't know if there could have been one, but anyway. Right, and that's about it, really. That's about it. I've got some trivia. On the Blu-ray, there's like a little bit of a making of, sort of. Not really. Some deleted scenes and an alternate ending. And that's about it, really. Not that much. No commentaries or anything. But so we'll go through the IMDb trivia later on. We'll do it all at the end. Sod it. Right. Right, so we'll get on with it, shall we? Justin's here saying, hello everyone. Hello, Justin. Welcome to the show. Right, so I'll pop myself down in the corner and we shall begin. We shall begin looking at this flick. As a series of stills, that's how we're going to do it, because if I just played the film, YouTube would go mental. So we're going to watch it as a series of stills, and I'll talk about it as we go, as I describe the events unfolding. Spoilers, by the way, if you've not seen it. Right, off we go. Shush. Right, lots of, I'll get all this out of the way. Lots of production companies you've never heard of. Yeah, Paris Films. Right, anyway. PWP. Right, so off we go. We begin in a found footagey kind of way. Owen Grace is here as well, saying howdy. Don't know why I said it like that. We start off in a found footagey kind of way, a home video sort of thing. It's about a group of young people, 20-somethings, that are going around Europe. They're going around Europe. There they are. Don't ask me the names. There's Natalie and some others. Chris and Paul. Well, we've got Zoe, Natalie, Amanda, Chris, Michael, Paul, and their guide, who we're going to meet later on, is called Yuri. So they're the main cast, and there they are. I can't remember which is which. Is she Natalie or is she Zoe? I can't remember. I'll have to check again. She's Natalie. With Chris, who gives me Fred Savage from the Wonder Years vibes. But anyway, there they are, dancing away and travelling around Europe. There they are, sitting on cannons. Plural of cannon is cannon, isn't it? Which is weird. But I don't know where they are there. I'm looking at that sign. What language is that in? I've no idea. So there they are, looking round, going around Europe. There we go, seeing all the sights, and they're ending up in the Ukraine, in Kiev, because that's where Chris's brother Paul is. He moved to the Ukraine for some reason, and now they're going to go visit him, and he's going to take him up to Moscow. Don't know why, but that's the plan. I think Americans probably think Ukraine is part of Russia. We all know that's not true now, don't we? But I think back in 2012, we didn't know. But there's Paul. And they're going to go to Moscow, see the sights and all that stuff, all innocent. And Chris is going to propose to Natalie there. He's got a ring that we're going to see in a bit. But here they are, all talking to his brother, saying, you're surprised us moving here, etc. Soviet reunion, mid-2026. You never know these days. Anyway, so they're going out for a night on the town in Kiev. I think it was filmed in Hungary, in Budapest, I think. Let me double check. Yes, in Budapest. The bits where we get to Chernobyl later on were filmed in Hungary and Serbia. Not actually filmed in Chernobyl or Pripyat, but pretty convincing otherwise. So they're on a night out, having fun. Paul thinks he can get off with Zoe, and he probably would have done if things didn't turn out as they do. I've never seen this, always wanted to. Well, you should have watched it, because we're going to spoil the buggery out of it. Anyway. So, there you go. Mr. Talking about parents, blah, blah, blah. Then they stumble across a group of young Ukrainian ruffians, but nothing happens. I don't know why this bit's in. It doesn't affect the rest of the film. That's why I think it was supposed to be a found footage film, because a lot of the acting is very found footagey, natural. It's not actory, if you know what I mean. But yeah, for some reason they decided to do it as a traditional narrative. But anyway. Right, so next morning, they're in their hotel. The waitress is ignoring them. They're wanting breakfast. But they're wondering where Paul is. Anyway, he arrives and he's had an idea. There he is. He's had a plan. He's going to take them on a trip to Chernobyl or Pripyat. He knows a chap, awry, who does tours there. And they think, no, we want to go to Moscow. Says, we'll do that afterwards. This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. So they all reluctantly agree to go. They're going to go to Chernobyl and see what's left of that area after the disaster. If you don't know, Chernobyl was a nuclear power station near Pripyat. I think Pripyat probably built for this power station, to be honest, the town. That melted down in, 1986? Was it? Something like that. And the town of Pripyat and the surrounding areas, tens of thousands of people had to just drop everything and move away, and they never went back. And there's now an exclusion zone around the power station. It was a big thing back in the 80s. Right, so there we go. They're voting on it, and they're going. So there we go. There we go. Welcome to Yuri's Extreme Tours or whatever. There's Yuri. It says he's ex-Special Forces. He's got one of those faces as well. I think I've seen him in something else. I know I said that a lot. So let's have a look. See what else he's been. Dmitry Dyachenko. What's he been in? Probably nothing I've seen. But you never know. Oh, no. He was in Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. There we go. We've seen him in that. He's done the voice in Fallout 4. He's actually been in quite a lot. A lot of voices in video games. He's done. By the looks of it. What else has he been in? As I said, lots of games. Call of Duty, Last of Us, etc. But Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. He were in that. He were in Sons of Anarchy as well, which I've never seen. He was in Iron Man. Oh no, the video game. I'm saying he was in Iron Man 2, but he was in the video game. Yeah. Anyway, whatever. Maybe I recognise him from Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. He looks a bit like he may have been in RLM. Red Letter Media. Maybe so, I don't know. Anyway, so they're getting ready to go, but they're waiting for 2 more people to arrive to go on the tour with them. They're looking at the photos of him in Ukraine, I presume Ukrainian Special Forces. But anyway, Michael, there they are, and I forgot her name already. It'll tell us in a minute. Where are we? I forgot her name. Michael and Amanda. No, Amanda is the other one, the dark-haired one that's with him. She's Zoe with Michael. It's very confusing. But it's all right. They're off. They're the last 2. They're not related to our core group. They're just coming along for the ride. So they're piling his kind of dilapidated old van, and off they go into to Pripyat. How far away from Kiev? So it's going to be a long drive. Right. Distance from Kiev to Pripyat. How far away is it? It's a long way. It's 153.7 kilometres. What's that in miles? It's not telling us for some weird reason. Why does it put in kilometres? It's a fair old drive, isn't it? What would that be in miles? It'll be about, I don't know, 70 miles, I imagine. Let me check. 153.7 kilometres. If I can type in miles. I was wrong. 95.5. So it's a fair old drive in a rickety old van. But anyway, off they go. Off they go. Driving through various Ukrainian locales. Why do you say it looks like it's been in red? Do you mean Red Letter Media? That's the only RLM I can think of. What does he look like in Red Letter? He doesn't look like Mike. Yeah, his hands aren't red enough. But anyway. Right, so anyway, off they go. Right, so they eventually arrive there after, I don't know, about two hours or whatever driving to a checkpoint, because obviously they don't let anybody in to the exclusion zone, but he knows the guys there, and I think he probably just pays them something and they let him in. And he says he's been doing this for 5 years, by the way, and he goes, shows people around for a couple of hours, brings them back. Oh, pardon me. And they're usually okay with it. But for some reason today, they're not letting him in because of maintenance, they're told. He says that's never happened before. And if it does, well, he says when it has happened before, they've told him beforehand. They've let him know beforehand that they're not letting anybody in. And they haven't done this time, for whatever reason. So he says, that won't stop us. We've paid you good money, everybody's saying. So they're going to go a different way. They're going to go through the back roads in. So that's what they do. So there we go. They're through a rickety old somebody else letting them in. Right, so off they go. And it's a 20-kilometre drive. It's about 12 miles drive from there to the city. Right, so there, anyway, he pulls over and they're going to look at this river that looks a bit iffy, doesn't it? And he does a trick. He's bloody hell, Tabby. Bloody cats tonight. Got Princess in the kitchen, opening doors and stuff. Now Tabby's jumping about. I nearly died. Where were we? I forgot where I was now. Oh, right, yes, he's gonna trick him. He thinks makes him think that something's grabbed his hand. And he says, oh, it's just a piece of jerky. But then they find an animal. He's going to show us. There it is. Oh, for Pete's sake. Go on, show us it. There we go. Find a dead, it looks like a fish or something, doesn't it? That's died by the riverside. But it's not quite dead. They prod it and it moves a bit. But obviously it's a mutated fish or amphibian or whatever. I don't know. But obviously because of the radiation. By the way, he's shown me, he's got a Geiger counter with him and he's shown that the radiation, there is radiation but it's low. So anyway, so off they go. Oh wow, then it shows, I presume it's the same things, but I don't know, they're swimming into a hole. I don't know what it's showing us there, and it doesn't have any relevance to the rest of the film. It just shows them doing that, and I don't know why. I mean, it's not. I don't think we're told why. Although maybe, because later on they go in Pripyat, as they're looking round stuff, they do find like a fountain, and something moves about in that fountain. So does that lead to the fountain where they're going? I don't know. But anyway, it don't really matter, to be honest. But anyway, so off they go. There he's taking photos on his Nokia whatever phone. As I said, very Fred Savage from the Wonder Years. I keep thinking that when I see him. A sewage pipe with contamination. Yes, it would be after I'd used it. Oh dear. Right, so the only road in and out of Pripyat is saying. So here they are, they've arrived in Pripyat. But obviously it's not Pripyat where they're filming it. I think most people, most young'uns these days, know Pripyat as that level in Call of Duty for Modern Warfare, don't they? Where we see the Ferris wheel and all that. Like Fred Savage mixed with Malcolm in the Middle. Yes. Bit of that going on, isn't there? There we see some bumper cars. Do you call them bumper cars? We call them bumper cars. I don't know, but anyway. Right, so here they are in Pripyat, but it's not Pripyat. It's actually, I can't remember. It's in this is in Hungary, I think. Yes, an old Soviet Air Force base, and it says the name there, which I can't pronounce. Kiskun Lakadacha. I don't bloody know. In Hungary, that's where this is filmed. And we're going to see the Ferris wheel, but obviously it's not the Ferris wheel. It's going to show it. There we go. It's a smaller version of the Ferris wheel from Pripyat. And I thought it was CG at first, but it's not. They actually built it. I think we can only see it from one side, so it's probably like hollow on the other side. I don't know. But this only has apparently 13, whatever they're called, gondolas, but the one in Pripyat had 20. It was built for the 1st of May, the May Day celebrations, which were a big Soviet thing, which is kind of a big British thing as well, weirdly. But anyway, the May Day celebrations that never happened. So anyway, so there we go. So they have a photo, there we go, taken in front of that. And they go have another look round. The May... Yes, Tabby? Do you want to go out? Bloody cats, they're paying out there. Just bear with me. Just watch him taking a picture while I go let the cats out. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, you lot. Come on. Come on. You go in as well. You want to go out as well? Eh? You go in as well. No, you stopping in. You want something to eat? Biscuit for princess, there you go. Come on, what are you doing? What are you doing? Do you want to go out? Do you want to go out? No, right. Wish I were Dr. Doolittle. Did YouTube change the chat? It's doing the acts, isn't it? I don't remember it showing up as my full name before. Yeah, I've noticed it with others. I think it might be the first time it's happened with me. But for some reason, YouTube started showing the of your channel page or whatever. So if it were me, it'd say, was it that old Yorkshire Geek 142 or something like that? What does it say for Justin? Justin 3415. There, but yes, it started doing that. I don't know why. A lot of people have complained about it. I don't know if YouTube will fix it. It's been going on a while. Anywho, where were we? Oh, pardon me. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah, I'm sure there's one bit where we see somebody in one of the windows looking at them. I think, or maybe I'm misremembering, but I probably won't land on that as we're going through. But we learned that they are kind of being watched. Right, so they're having a good old look round. We have a bit of a montage of them looking round and taking photos and stuff, and he's telling them all about, everybody had to drop everything and leave. Oh, it was terrible and all that. That's what he's doing. So they're going to go and look in one particular block of flats or apartment block, whatever you want to call it, and they find a dead dog. Is it going to show it? It's not very particularly gruesome, don't worry. I don't think it is. No, it's just like a mummified dead dog. They find that there, and he says, "Oh, they don't usually come into town and all that, So, but this one must have got hungry and died there." So anyway, so in they go, having a look around. I don't know why he's showing him this particular apartment block, but they're having a good old shufty round, seeing that everybody just dropped everything. There's photos and meals on tables and all that stuff. It's very Marie Celeste and all that stuff. And through the window, they have a look through the window. Is it going to show it? There we go. We can see Chernobyl in the distance. I'm guessing that's CG. I'm guessing that's CG in the distance. So they take photos and stuff. With that in the background, but while they're talking away. While they're doing that, you notices something on the ground or on the floor. There we go. Just like some fur, and it feels if it's warm. I think, I don't know, and we don't know what it is. It doesn't tell us. It looks curious. He thinks, as though he's concerned about it, and then he just brushes it away with his foot. So I don't know if is it some animal. It looks like fur to me. So it's some animal that's just died and rotted away, or is it? I don't know what it is. It's something. I don't know what it is. But we don't see anything like that again. They do that a few times in this film. These red herrings, I suppose. Then he says, we should go now. It will be getting dark soon. We have to get to the van. So off they go. But then they hear a noise, and I didn't hear anything, but they hear something. And they're wondering what it is, and this is where they encounter... Are you ready? Here it comes. Actually, so I'll just play it, 'cause it makes me jump every time. I'll play it. We'll see what happens. I don't know when it happens. Is it now? When they turn round? If you leave it playing too long, I'll get a copyright claim. I will. It's going to happen any second now. I don't want to jump over it. Is it muted? No, we're not muted. We're fine. There we go. Makes me jump every time. A bear comes running through. Probably the best part of the film, to be honest. It's the bit that everybody remembers, where the bear... Oh, do you see the bear? Yeah. A CG bear, apparently. Weta Digital did the bear. So imagine that the lion's share of the budget went on that bear, I imagine. But anyway, so they're good running out. And he's all like, he's never seen that before. He's seen dogs and stuff like that. Deer. I think he says that. But never a bear. We've never seen anything like that. Hang on, wait. Oh, there we go. Dog, a wolf, but a bear. Very odd. Very exciting, no? So, there we go. No extra charge for bear attack. So they're going to head out of there, but his van won't start. Oh no, what's happened? So he goes and looks. Luckily, all his engine bay is inside the van. And we see that something's happened to his carburettor, isn't it? Something's happened to that. Has somebody been in and broken it? It doesn't tell us. Or has the radiation got to it? Or has it just broken, corroded away? I don't know. But it's broken and it won't start. So anyway, it looks like it's been chewed on. Maybe an animal. I'm guessing we find out later on. Probably what's responsible. But it don't really give us a definitive answer. He can't get through on his walkie-talkie to the chap at the gate. So he says they'll have to stay the night there then. Why don't they just try and push it? Can't they just push it and get it going? A rolling start? I don't know. But anyway, so they're waiting there at night. I don't know how they'll be doing for radiation. Because he says they're not there long enough to be susceptible to radiation poisoning. But staying overnight, would you be okay? I don't know. I mean, there's dogs, there's animals there and stuff that have lived there for years. But I don't know. Will they get cancer at some point? If they got out of there alive. Anyway, right, so they're all not happy. They're not happy with Yuri, and Chris is not happy with Paul, his brother. Saying, you're always doing this sort of thing, you always talking me into this stuff. But anyway, so there we go. That's what he's saying. It's 20 kilometres, like 12, 13 miles to the checkpoint. So it's a fair old hike if they're going to walk it. I can't imagine why her in the middle got picked to play Anna Nicole Smith, can you? A couple of reasons. But, they hear that noise, they hear a noise outside, and it sounds like a baby crying, and obviously it's not. It's some sort of creature or whatever. We see he's got a gun as Yuri. He's going out to investigate, and Chris is going with him. So off they go. And then, hang on, do we see it here? We see we hear and we see a flash of a gunshot go off in a minute. Is it doing it now? But the gunshot flash looks rubby. I can't see. It's just like they've just... There we go. It's like they've just superimposed it. But anyway, like that look. It's supposed to be in the trees, but it's like right in front of them, but never mind. So Paul goes out and goes running into the woods to see what's going on, and he comes back with Chris. No sign of Yuri. Don't know what's happened to him. Chris has been hurt. His legs all mangled and stuff, as though something's had hold of him. And I don't know what attacked him. Was it a dog? Because we see some dogs later on. Wild dogs, feral dogs. But Anyway, and all these dogs appear and they start attacking the van. So, but they eventually go away, and the light goes out. The battery's gone down now. The light goes out, and they're just waiting there for dawn. And said they're not happy. Then we have a fade out and a fade in, and it's that's a misty morning. Cool shot, I must admit. Very atmospheric. She's starting. Do you want to go out, pest? Eh? Bloody animals, eh? What they're like. Unbelievable. Anyway, we see that Chris is in pain, so they're gonna go have a look around. Oh, yes, he's rooting about. Is Michael, and he finds Yuri's other walkie-talkie that we didn't know he had. So he's trying to get through to Yuri, but obviously nobody's answering. I've just been saying, can anybody hear me? But he just keeps asking for Yuri. But they decide they're going to go and have a look around and see if they can find either Yuri or some parts to fix the van. So that's what's going to happen. So off they go. They leave. I've forgotten again which is which. Zoe. They leave Zoe and Natalie and Chris in the van. And Michael and Amanda and Paul head off into the misty Chernobyl morning. Oh, it's not misty anymore now. The mist has lifted. Anyway, so off they go. Having a good old moan. And I said, I'd have been putting figures moving about in the shadows in the windows, but they didn't think of that. He's trying to get through to him on his walkie-talkie to Yuri, and then he says, "Did you hear that?" And says something again, and then I think we hear like an echo of him speaking, and so they find Yuri's other walkie-talkie. So they say, "No, something blinking got him." They say. So they go having a look round. She's saying, "We should go back." I said, "No, we've got to make sure he's okay." So they end up in this underground area. Look, see, something's been dragged away. I don't know if we see Yuri again. I don't think we do. But something's been dragged away. This is that. I said it was a fountain, like a pond, isn't it? This is that where we see something. Is this where them creatures out of the river end up? Because they go up to it. See if it shows it. And something stirs in the water. There we go. Or is it just a frog? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, she's at it. She's naughty. Are you being naughty, you? Eh? You want to go out? Right, I'll go let the other cat out. Oh, it's going to be one of those nights, isn't it? Come on then, if you want to go out. You want to go out? Nice to have some peace and quiet for a bit. Both cats are out now. One of them's not even mine. Anyway, never mind. Where were we? Yes, yes. The thing in the water. Was it one of those muty fish, frog, newt, salamander things we saw earlier on? I don't know. It don't tell us. Anyway, so they keep having a look round. They end up in a room, and that somebody comes in and they hide. They've found Yuri. Have they found Yuri? Is this Yuri? Is it? Yes, I think it is. They have found Yuri, and he's quite dead. I think they get his gun. Yes, they have found Yuri, and he looks like he's been eaten, doesn't it, or something? Pretty gruesome. But he finds his gun. Anyway, then they hear somebody coming, so they hide. She's kind of got separated from the other two. She jumped over that counter, and the other two have gone somewhere else. She's hiding, and we see somebody shuffling about in the other side. It's very Jurassic Park with the raptors. You can't really see. You can hear them moving about in the room. There they are. Look. So she's scared. So anyway, she makes a run for it. She runs through this door. She gets the gun. fallen under that counter, but she gets it and runs out and just happens to be with them. Did she know they were there? I don't know. Excuse me. So they're getting attacked by, mutants, I'm guessing we're going for. And then they're closing this door, they're banging on the door, it fires a couple of shots through the door. And off they go. They go back outside. I thought he had a bow and arrow then. This is tyre iron, you call them, don't you? Tyre irons. What do we call them here? What do we call them? Wheel brace. We call them wheel braces here. Anyway, right, so they heading back to the van. I think they've got in touch with them. Oh, no, they've got back to the van now already. They do go looking. They do find some car parts. That must be later on. Yes, they're going to go out again looking for them. So what's she looking? Is this where she sees somebody moving about in the building? There we go. Yes, there's somebody looking. I knew there were a bit where somebody were looking at them through a window. I knew I hadn't dreamt it. Somebody, there we go. There's a weird figure. Looks like The Fly, doesn't it? It was like Seth Brundle in The Fly. Got like when they were half changed, except we don't see that again. But that's what I'm going with. Anyway, right, so they're going to go out again looking for parts or whatever to fix the van. This time, Zoe's going with them, so just leaving Natalie and Chris by themselves in the van with the walkie-talkie. Because now they've got two, remember. Right, so off they go again. And then they see some dogs. There we go, some feral dogs eating Dobby, the house elf, or whatever that is. I don't know. But so they decide not to go that way. They're going to go another way. Let's make sure we're still going and everything's okay. Yeah. Are we still going on Rumble? Yes, we are. Hey. Where were we? So they go another route. They're good at finding the way around in this city that they've never been to before, and they found the way back easy enough, didn't they? I'd be hopeless. I'd have no sense of direction whatsoever. Anyway. Right, so they find all these vehicles here all parked up. So they think, we'll find some parts in there. And they find a bus that's got all bullet holes in it, and he says, actually, these are all from the inside. They were inside shooting at something on the outside. There you go, so he's saying there. Whatever was shooting from the inside out. Wow, I wonder what. And then we see that's all the bullet holes. And also, somebody's been living in there for a while, doesn't it? Don't know who. Anyway, so Michael has found a machine gun, but I don't think it works. I imagine it's an AK-47. Don't know. Yes. Guards. Piece of a guard uniform. We see a guard later on that's come to an unsavoury end. So imagine, obviously, they must send people in every now and again to check out stuff, and obviously sometimes some of them don't get back. I'm guessing that's what they're telling us. Anyway, Michael's found some parts. There we go. He found a van similar to Yuri's, and he's found a distributor cap or whatever, cables and stuff. So there we go. We've got cables for the van, so they're heading back, but they get chased by dogs. Here comes some dogs. Look. So off they go through the woods, past the river that they were there earlier on, and then they've got to go over a rickety old bridge that we've never seen before. But anyway, off they go over that. It's like Lord of the Rings, isn't it, when they're getting to, Buckleberry Ferry. And Zoe falls in the water. She's going across, and in she goes. There we go, arse of a tit. But they get her out. She's fine. Bit of a fake scare. None of them cop for it. No tentacle came out of the water and dragged them under. But anyway, night time's coming quick. They must have been out for a long time. I know it looks as though it's, I don't know what time of the year it is, but it looks like it's winter, doesn't it? So maybe the days are pretty short. But anyway, they make their way back to the van, but the van's not there. But they find the van some distance away, upside down. What's happened here? And she finds her camera, or Chris's phone, or whatever it is. Chris's phone, isn't it? She says it's recording. So obviously they stop it and start playing back, and we see what happened, and we see that Chris is saying that he loves Natalie, and he's bringing out we're going to do this in Moscow, and he brings out the engagement ring, and she says, no, we're going to get to Moscow. And then the van all starts shaking, and all that's what's going on there. And they're being attacked. We're getting glimpses, of what's attacking them outside. Some sort of mutant people. And anyway, so they're being dragged off, basically, by whatever inhabits Pripyat in 2012. So, I think they hear a cry out in the distance. Ah! So he goes, Chris, it's over there, we're going after him. So they all go running after it. Michael and Zoe don't want to go, but they reluctantly go with them. So they're following the cries of what they think is Chris, but they don't find him yet. But they find Natalie. There she is. She's freaking out. So they get her out of there. And Michael and Zoe had found a map. So it's like a game, innit? You know, they came across a map. You found a map. Bling! Like Resident Evil or something. So he thinks they can work out where they are and the way out and all that stuff. The way out's quite easy, isn't it, really? Because we learned earlier on there's only one road in and out. So just go on the road. That's the way out. Avoiding the savage mutant dogs, I imagine. Anyway, but he said he can't leave. But Zoe and Michael are saying, we've got to go. Anyway, so but they all stay together anyway, and they're arguing, and then they see a little kid there, and and he starts talking to the kid in Ukrainian, asking, where you're from and all that, while Natalie's waiting there at the top of those stairs. But then, there's another shadowy figure at the bottom of those stairs, and all that stuff. And Natalie gets grabbed. This is all very. By the way, the camera work in this is very. This section is very found footagey. When it all kicks off, they go up to the kid, is asking, and then Natalie screams. They look round. Something's dragging her down the stairs. They go after her, and the camera now becomes a participant in the action. Because it all gets very shaky. And then it's looking round is the camera. Look, as though it's a person looking. Very found footagey. But anyway. Right, so they go running after where they think Natalie's gone, but they find one of the guards strung up. They're in this. I don't know what this is. It's supposed to be like I don't know what it is. Some sort of stadium or whatever. I don't know. But they're in there. But then figures emerge from under there. So they go running off. There we go. Figures emerge. So they go running off down these stairs. And basically what they're doing now, these figures, these mutants or whatever, I don't know what they are. I think they're mutants. Are basically pushing them towards, deliberately or not, I don't know, towards the reactor, towards Chernobyl. That's where they're heading towards. So obviously they're getting more radiation the closer they get, but they're working their way through, ending up in tunnels and stuff like that. And they find a big door, and Michael gets grabbed. There we go, and they drag him off, and they say, there's nothing we can do for him, so Michael's gone. They've got Michael. So Zoe's not happy about that. So anyway, they carry on. They're in these tunnels and some sort of medical facility. It tells us where. I'm trying to work out where. By the way, the underground scenes, such as these were filmed in Serbia in a World War II army bunker in Belgrade. So that's where this is. I'm trying to look. The abandoned car park that we saw earlier on, where they found the car parts. That was in Serbia as well. So we flip flopping between Serbia and Hungary. So Pripyat, where we saw the the Ferris wheel and all that. That were in Hungary, but parts of the trip to Pripyat were in Serbia. So it is the moving about all over the place. Why don't they just go to Ukraine and film it, for crying out loud? Anyway, Zoe's starting to feel ill for reasons. Is it the radiation? Don't know, maybe. But they're working their way through these tunnels, and I think it's Amanda saying, "No, not going down, not down," because they're going down through these tunnels. The lights go out, but luckily they come back on again. But as I said, they're basically heading towards the power station. There we go. A mutant fella comes scurrying across the floor at them. I'd be terrified. But just punt him away, boot. But anyway. There we go. They get to a ladder. So Paul goes up first. He grabs, helping Amanda. But Zoe gets got. The mutants all arrive and grab hold of her. There they are. Drag her down. It's very The Descent, isn't it? It's a bit like The Descent, only not as good. So that's Zoe done for. So anyway, so they go running off, and for some reason they've climbed a ladder and gone running off, but then they come across Zoe again. So any minute now, there we go, still going up. Look, they're in. So obviously they're in Chernobyl now. This is the control room at Chernobyl, which were filmed. Obviously not at Chernobyl. This were filmed because it says here somewhere. Control room scene at Kellenfold Power Station in Budapest. I'm going to Budapest. That's my Keanu Reeves impression in Hungary. So that's where they are. So obviously radiation's probably because they're starting to get blisters on the skin already, aren't they? And there we go. His eyes are starting to hurt. So the radiation's starting to affect. So basically they're done for, aren't they? They're done for. By the way, on the Blu-ray it shows. I might show at the beginning of this actually. I can't remember. It might just be on here. I think it's just on here. It's like a little film about, what happened at Chernobyl. And it shows like a helicopter, Russian Soviet helicopter, just fall out of the sky. And I'm guessing that's because of the radiation. Did it just melt all the metal bits or something? It's like it just fell out of the sky. Anyway. So they're trying to work their way around. There we go. She says, "My skin's burning," and he's saying, "You look all blurry," and they said, "We've got to get out of here." There we go. This is where they find Zoe. She's dead, and oh no! So they go running out, and they come across. They end up fighting some more of and they said zombies. Then they kind of are zombies, aren't they? Mutants, the mutant inhabitants. But anyway, so they get out. There we saw the cooling. Where is it? Saw it, didn't we? Oh, Pete's sake! The cooling towers. Where is it? There we go. The cooling towers there. Is that really there? I don't know. Or is it CG? I have no idea. But they come across like a patrol. There we go. We saw like these flashing lights in the distance. And all these people in radiation, soldiers I imagine, radiation gear. There's some sort of armoured vehicle there. Speaking in English. I said, "Stop, don't come any..." I think he's speaking in English anyway. Let me just check. Oh no, he's speaking in Ukrainian or Russian or whatever they're speaking in. Obviously, he don't understand. Oh no, Paul does understand, doesn't he? Because he lives there. He does understand. He can speak Ukrainian. Anyway, he's like, he can't see, and he's going, "Oh no, help us, and he keeps staggering forward. So they just shoot him. They've shot him. And Amanda goes over to him and collapses, and they come up to her, and it fades out. And in the alternate ending, she wakes up in a hospital bed and she's no hair. So I'm guessing that was the happy ending, the alternate ending. Because spoilers, nobody makes it out of here. She wakes up and it's that she's been given chemotherapy or something, I don't know. She's been treated for radiation and she wakes up in a hospital bed screaming, but alive, with no hair. But they didn't go with that. She's in this medical facility. Lots of people with Russian accents talking about, she's alive and they're going to help her, and they're talking to each other about the escapees. I'm guessing, I don't know what they mean by escapees. It doesn't really say it. They say, we will help you. We will put you in here, and they just shove her in this room. There we go. And this it doesn't look very nice. It doesn't look like a hospital, does it? It's saying, hello, is anybody in here? And then all the bad guys get, all loads of zombies get her. There they are. They're not zombies, mutants get her. And the fellow that we're going to help her just closes the hatch, and it ends. And that's how it ends. There you go. Nobody gets out alive. So anyway, so there we go. So that's Chernobyl Diaries. I don't know how they call it Chernobyl Diaries, because it wasn't a found footage. There were nobody nobody writing a diary. But anyway. But it's okay. I don't mind it. It don't go on long, hour and a half. You're in and out. Pardon me. It don't mess about. And a nice CG bear. I quite like the bear, although some people said it didn't look real. Looked fine to me. But there we go. So that's it for Chernobyl Diaries. Let's have a look at the trivia, shall we? Right, here we go. I'm just going to read out. This is from IMDb trivia. Just padding out hang on, I'll go back to another image. Hang on, see if we can find a picture of the Ferris wheel, because that's the iconic image of Pripyat, isn't it? There we go. Just to show you that. While I read some trivia, right, a few characters remark on how nature has reclaimed Pripyat. In fact, nature has adapted so well to the site that in 1991, researchers found a type of fungus growing in Chernobyl that metabolizes radiation for energy, in much the same way that plants use sunlight. Scientists are using the International Space Station to investigate whether these sorts of fungi can function as a sort of radiation shield in space. Windgrace, fungi in space. It's the mycelium network. Maybe. Oren Pelly first thought of the idea for the story when he saw a photo blog posted by a girl travelling through Pripyat on a motorcycle. ElenaFilatova.com if you're interested. Don't know if that website still works. Let's find out, shall we? Let's find out if that website is still going. Let's see. Is it still going? It's taking its time loading it up. I'm guessing maybe not. Maybe, I don't know. Is it? Taking too long for me. Oh, there we go. Yes, it does work. It does work. It's yes. Yes, it does work. Right, fair enough. So it is a working website. Elena Filatova, and the photos of her in radiation places. For some reason. Where were we? Right, the film was shot on location in Hungary and Serbia, which I've told you. This is about the Pripyat Ferris wheel. Taking we see it, but it's not the real one. Writer-producer Oren Pelly, who also created Paranormal Activity, strongly defends this movie against claims it was insensitive to a devastating disaster. They didn't exactly do it, soon after, did it? Saying, I found it very sad and fascinating and eerie and creepy, and I thought it would be a great setting for a scary horror film. It was never our intention to offend anyone. As I said, like 2012, 30 years or whatever after. Anyway. Real Ukrainian tours to Pripyat and Chernobyl can be booked online for under $100. I don't think now, probably not now, but the current events going on over there. After the end credits, which we didn't look at, the final sound the viewers hear is a rapidly clicking Geiger counter indicating high radiation. So there we go. But we knew that anyway, didn't we? Because she was blistering and he was going blind and everything. Anyway, according to Reuters, at least one organisation has tried to use the film to raise awareness and funding for children of the disaster. Producer Pelly is pleased with that, but divulges, "I'm not going to pretend that that was my main goal. My main goal was to create a movie that people will find entertaining and scary and will enjoy it. It was not screened in advance for critics." Which is unsurprising. It's not exactly a massive film, is it? This film is a collaboration between Oren Pelly and Shane Van Dyke. The latter directed Paranormal Entity, 2009. Yes, I remember that now. Because it's Dick Van Dyke's son, isn't it? I'm not kidding. Is his son or his grandson? Whatever. Which was a mockbuster of Pelly's film Paranormal Activity. It was released by the Asylum. It's actually quite good. I'm kind of fond of the Paranormal Entity films. I've got a few of them over there. But they're not connected. Like the Paranormal Activity films are kind of all connected. The Paranormal Entity films aren't. But anyway. Directorial debut of visual effects artist Brad Parker. There we go. That's all the trivia for it. Are there any production notes? No. No production notes on the Wikipedia. Right, so Justice says, interesting film. It's okay, I don't mind. It's not the best film ever. But it's okay. It passes the time. But it could have been better. But it could have been a lot worse as well. Right, so, done and dusted. We're going to be in and out here quickly tonight, aren't we? But fair enough. They can't all be epic lengths, can there, these Friday night appointments with fear. So we'll see what's going on next. So get rid of that. Put that up there. Right, so what's next? It's Friday. Sunday. I don't know, shall I do something Sunday this week? I didn't do anything last week, did I? Shall I do something? Don't know, we'll see. Might do a sketch time. Might not do anything, I don't know. No promises for Sunday. Monday. For Magnificent Mondays next week, we're going to look at Barbarella with Jane Fonda from 1968. Because this week, or in the last week or so, Sydney Sweeney has confirmed that she's, going to be Barbarella. They're in pre-production on a version of Barbarella with Sydney Sweeney as Barbarella. That should be good, shouldn't it? But will she take a kit off? Don't know. That's what everybody wants to know. Do the whole series Chernobyl double feature? No. A bit depressing, wasn't it, the series? It was good, but it was a bit depressing. And rightfully so. There shouldn't be jokes and stuff, should there, in a series about Chernobyl? But anyway, and what's coming up next Friday? For next Friday's appointment with Fear. Oh, God, I'm knocking things over. Next Friday's appointment with Fear. We'll do The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, which I've never seen. So I'm going to have to watch that this week. I've never seen that one. Come here. Knocking my headphones on the floor. Cause I'm a cack-handed frigger. To quote Peter Kay. Everything else does is terrible. But her in that movie might be a hit. Sydney Sweeney. She was good in Immaculate. I think Immaculate's a really good film. We did it a while ago. Appointment with Fear. And she was a producer on that as well. So I'm kind of a Sydney Sweeney fan, but not just, for the obvious reasons. I think she's, pretty good. Pretty good at what she does. Mostly because of Immaculate. That film surprised me. I thought it was really good. We had some good nun films, didn't we? Was it last year? We had Immaculate. We had First Omen, which were better than it should have been. And we had The Nun 2, which I thought were better than the first Nun. So we had some good nun films last year. Anywho, right, so we're all done and dusted. We'll leave it there. I don't think of anything else to add. So I'll close them windows. I wonder why Facebook crapped out. Looks like we're back to Twitch next time. Thought I'd try it, but anyway. I thought everyone was mad at her this week. Probably. Can't remember why. But it's because she doesn't toe the line, does she? She does what she wants to do. So, Justin says she's a terrible actress in my opinion, but she's good looking. Yeah, she's not bad. She scrubs up well. I don't like her eyes. I can't say I'm perfect. Her eyes are too, I don't know, hang dog, I don't know, but whatever. But I wouldn't say no, not that I'd get the opportunity. But I'm trying to remember why everybody were mad at her. There was something about going round, wasn't there, about her this week? I can't remember what it was. There were an interview, wasn't there? That was it. There was an interview that she did with somebody, and the interviewer asked her about the jeans commercial that she did, where she's, I'm Sydney Sweeney and I've got great jeans. Everyone went, she's a Nazi. So they had to link it with eugenics. Yes, that's it. She refused to apologise. Saying she isn't a white supremacist. Yeah, which she isn't. But yeah. And she said, she refused to apologise because she said she didn't see why there was a problem with it. It was a jeans commercial. And saying she's got good genes because she's an attractive woman. That's what it was about. Nothing to do with eugenics. But anyway, whatever. Storm in a teacup. Anyway, right. So we'll leave it there. We're getting Stargate. I'm going to share this to celebrate. There we go. We're getting Stargate. Yay! Which is the big news of the week for me. Anyway, I'm giddy about it. I just hope they don't bugger it up. It'll be a couple of years before we see anything, won't it? But anyway, that's for another show / video / whatever. Justin said, I wish I could get on the rocket to Mars. The world is insane. Yes, but who's going to get there first? Elon or Jeff Bezos? He's catching up, isn't he? Catching up is Jeff. Sort of, maybe. But anyway. Right, so I'm going to leave it there. So thanks, Win Grace and Justin. Did anybody else pop in? No, I'll have a look on Rumble. No, no live chats in Rumble. Never mind. Right, so we'll leave it there. We will leave it there. You are the Stargate man. Because of my pictures. I've got some others as well that I could have added as well. Because I made myself a staff weapon out of plastic tubes and foam and stuff, and I've got some photos with that. But I want dressed up as a Jafar. But anyway, but I didn't include them because I couldn't find them. Just says, take care everyone, be safe and have fun. Yes, you too, because I'm going to go now. Right, so we'll leave it there. So as I said, thanks Justin, thanks Win Grace, thanks everybody that's watching. Apologies for Facebook. Back to Twitch next time. So we'll leave it there. So thanks for watching wherever you are. Don't have nightmares. Look after each other. And until next time, I'll say thee.